I'm waiting on an angel, one with dust on her heels. Waitress of Decatur in a motel south of Mobile.
He's a spitting image of Slinger Jawson with that pike and them pistols.
You know it. Hey, it's Davey Natoga here with something a little different for you guys. I actually played all this before and actually doing post-commentary because it's going to be a lot of grinding kind of stuff, working out in some of the training grounds and leveling stuff up and stuff. So I figured I'd just show you the highlights and whatnot. So, you know, we'll start off with here where I actually remembered to upgrade my Galleon mortar, which I forgot to do at the end of the last episode.
That mortar's gonna leave a lasting impression.
Yep. And, we're just... I don't know why I'm showing all that stuff.
The Ura swooped down from the east. At least now we know the way.
But I do know that I am purposely showing a lot of the narrator stuff, Ruck's commentary.
To prepare for the wilds, Ceylonia's brushers practice at Camp Dauncey.
Like here.
Had to navigate a maze of pincushions with nothing but a pike.
And all these little bits that he has to say. Well, not all of them.
It's a dangerous test for a dangerous job.
See, only some of them. Like this one at Camp Dauncey, which is the Brusher Pike training grounds. A lot of off-color stuff and telling you, you know, some of the tricks of what's going on, and sometimes it'll remind you that you can upgrade your stuff to customize it to how you like and stuff, which for some of these I kind of ended up doing. There's going to be like, I don't know, 6 of them maybe or so. So this one here at Camp Dauncey for the Pike is a little bit of a challenge because they give you 6 buttons that are surrounded all by these pincushions that are just constantly shooting, and you have to hit all of them in a certain amount of time. In order to get the first prize, you have to do it in like 60 seconds. So in order to get the best time, you're going to have to take some hits, because if you go up to the right, or if you come down straight through the right to get that button there I'm hitting right now, you're going to end up taking some hits, no matter what, because the guy's just so far away. And I probably could avoid a couple of those, but it doesn't matter too much. I'm going to end up hitting this one with about 54 seconds, so I got a few moments left.
Enough run at Camp Dauncey could get you promoted to captain on the spot.
And of course, Rex has something nice to say.
Just getting through the course in one piece was an accomplishment.
At every point when you do it, whether you get the 3rd prize, 2nd prize, or a 1st prize, he always has something different to say. So that second clip right there was the first time when you get the 1st place prize that he has something to say. You get something pointing for first.
You did all right at Camp Dauncey. You got to go to the wilds.
There's when you get 2nd prize, which I didn't realize before was actually something nasty for the repeater. So you get stuff for other weapons as your 2nd prize. I did not realize this before. I don't know how I missed it. Like, we all know what's going to be skill that comes last, such as the Brusher Sweep skill for the Pike.
The wilds ain't so scary now, are they?
And of course, Rux has something different to say as you come back, depending on what your last prize was. So here we go over to Bullhead Court, which you guys have seen before, but you haven't seen me do. You only saw me do it and completely fail miserably. So here I'm just showing in order to get the 1st place prize, where you have to take no more than 3 hits in order to pass this one. It's a bit of a pain in the rumpus. Most of these guys aren't too bad. The big windbags are okay. You can, I mean, as soon as they start whiffing up, they start shaking because they're going to come down as soon as they start pulling it up. So you can, as soon as you see the arm go up, you can click on the shield and it'll count as a counter in time. The smaller guys, they take much longer to charge up, so they're a little harder to rig up, but these guys not so much. Oh, or maybe I'm a liar. You can always roll into them. This is one of the few minigames, actually, that allows you to roll or whatnot. And it's just wave after wave, you guys know this. I didn't realize this before, but the green guys, the green windbags, they're going to hit you no matter what. You're going to take damage, whatever slight may be. Yeah, this guy right here. So it's still going to count, and the only way you can beat him is by rolling at him. You can't fly him off the stage or anything like the giant scumbag at the end that you guys saw. So you have to roll him, which is just a lot of dodging and stuff, which gets to be troublesome at the end when they throw a blue windbag and this green windbag and 2 of the turrets. that one shoots 1 and one shoots 5. Which those guys are a pain in the rumpus because you have to deflect more than one. You can counter the first one, but you have to reflect all of them. Or more of them, and when they're coming in at different angles and you got a green guy running at you and stuff, it really becomes pretty hard. And such. Yeah, so we'll probably just play through it. There's, yeah, a couple hits, of course, because I'm dumb. And luckily they gave me the blue guy first and then a turret to take out, instead of tossing me with the green guy first, because that'll always screw you up. That is always going to screw you up. You have, if you get a green guy first, you can't defeat anything in time before you just start getting overwhelmed. So you hope you get the blue guy first, or turret. You can take him out before the green guy comes. You hope the green guy's last, but he's not always going to be last. If he's third, you're okay. Whatever. Blah, blah, blah. You know, you guys can just watch this. I don't even know why I need to
Smarter ones knew when to just step aside and let things go.
tell you. So I don't... And of course I start getting interrupted by Rux, and I know this, I've seen this, I should know exactly when he's going to start talking, so I should know when to stop talking to let him say his piece, but of course I'm not going to, because I'm just that dumb, or whatnot. Anyway, so I'll probably let us play for a little bit as I just talk, but yeah, I did not realize that, I didn't catch this before, but you have to... If you want to max out any of your weapons, you're going to have to perfect... You're going to have to master... Well, not master. You're going to have to be skilled in another weapon in order to be able to fully maximize, upgrade another weapon. So, you know, like with the Camp Dawsey, if I want a repeater that has all 5 upgrades unlocked, I have to be good enough at Camp Dawsey in order to get the second prize. Which means I have to be pretty good at... Okay, so I have to be pretty good at using other weapons. I don't have to be perfect, I don't have to be excellent, I just have to be kinda good. Good enough to beat Cam Dauncey in 90 seconds to get to something nasty. Whatever. This actually... I mean, you guys probably remember this before, but Bullhead Court is just... Because there's no real upgrades to the shield, so it's just crystals, and it's an okay number. You can also play these with idols as well, which can change things up. And actually made one of the other ones really troublesome. And the stupid scumbag won't go off the edge. I have no idea how I managed to run around for like a good 3 minutes, avoiding all the goop that this guy was leaving everywhere. But I did somehow. And I did okay, I guess. Well, no, because if I was doing okay, he would have been down in a minute, at most. If I was really good, or just excellent, or superb, or whatever other synonym for really, really good is, I would have, you know, had him off in the first try. But no, we can't allow that to happen, can we? Nope. So I think right about here is where I actually run him off. Yes, and he walks off on his own. I just walk away and he walks. He just walked off.
The kid pulls it off. Like
And it was nothing. And then I can finally start attacking things. And I get 2,500 crystals. Fragments, which is not bad, I don't think.
There's a hint of pride in his eye when he gets back, and more than a hint in mine.
And Rux approves. How about that? So how about the Slinger range?
You have to think fast to survive the wilds, and none thought faster than the Slingers. They could shoot their pistols with the speed of a machine.
Working with the Slinger guns. And we can already see our 2 upgrades, and there's a skill on the right that we'll be getting, or that I may get if I can get this one up alright. It's really not too hard.
They knew just when to start shooting, and when to stop.
It'll give you a certain amount of points. I think it's 75 for each guy that pops up. No, it's gotta be more than that. Yeah, it's gotta be more than that. And you just start mashing on the X button.
Those pistols could spit out rounds just as quick as you could pull the trigger.
You don't have to think too much about it, because as soon as the thing destroys and it holds fire, you automatically reload. So you don't have to worry about overshooting.
Fire could be its own challenge.
Which is nice. Stop interrupting me, Rux. As I'm trying to tell people this. But you notice the score keeps going down the longer that it takes for you to break the thing. And after you reload it, if you start firing before the target comes up, you're going to lose about 10 points per shot then, too. So it's decent. I mean, I end up getting second place in this one. Because first place is crazy.
No matter how fast you are, you can always get faster.
And, so I get something stringy for the breaker bow, I believe, for doing that. 750 points or more, and I think there's 10 things, and it's like 100, maybe it's 100 points.
Well, even the slingers weren't quick enough to escape the calamity.
Well, maybe it's about 100 points per target, and you lose about 25 points, I guess, so that would be how you get that. But in order to maximize your dueling pistols for that, reload speed is irrelevant, and damage would be nice, but the other thing is irrelevant. The target penetration and the bouncing is completely irrelevant, so that means I need at least 2 more upgrades for the dueling pistols in order to be able to pull off, get the first place prize. Because as fast as I can only get like 740 points out of 750.
Welcome to Grady Incinerator, home of the hottest wings east of Caelandia. In all seriousness, the incinerator was a dump, and it had a problem with peckers.
So how about we play around with the fire bellows? This is actually really fun and fairly easy. You just gotta kill a bunch of peckers that keep walking down and stuff, and the trick is you can't kill them too fast. I mean, you're given a time limit, and you do have to kill them fast, but if you kill them too fast...
Plus, the things would swoop in and spread trash all around, until we started using fire. We couldn't just torch them all at once. We had to use restraint.
Yeah, because the first couple that come in, if you kill them, the rest won't come, unless you start walking away. So you kind of have to try and kind of time it so that they drop all together, and then you start frying them. And they give you in 3 waves, which is not bad at all. I mean, this run I ended up getting second place anyway. You have to get all of them.
Keeping the incinerator clean was a paying job, but not a pleasant one.
There's exactly 72 of those peckers that drop down, and first place prize is getting them all in the amount of time, which isn't too bad, really. You can make it with like 5 or 10 seconds left on the clock, as long as they're not flying away. And so we get something foul for the bellow, and we get something sharp for the war machete, which that's going to be a pain in the rumpus one to do. I tried doing that one, and I failed miserably.
Wasn't any other way to teach those peckers some respect.
Yeah, here's the first place prize that he has to say. And we get the Ring of Fire skill, which I gotta remember to try some of these out.
Caelandia's armada was a glorious sight, and our ship's mortars were unstoppable. At Boundless Bay, our Navy put those mortars through a rigorous inspection.
Yeah, with the galleon mortar. This one's really fun and so silly.
Had to use squirts to simulate explosive impact on the surface of the sea.
It's like, what? Are these people just that mean? Oh my gosh. But so you just literally just aim at them and you gotta try and time it to kill as many as possible.
Choosing targets with those mortars was one of the trickiest parts.
And you get like 10 shots, or 8 shots.
Galleon skippers needed to be patient, needed to fire at just the right times. Galleon skippers took a while to get a feel for firing those things.
Or just the right distance actually works pretty well for me.
Sounds like the kid's mortar's in tip-top shape.
And that's what he says when you get second place, which is something heavy for your hammer, go figure.
Too bad about the armada, but at least one of those mortars survived.
Yeah, I haven't gotten first place on that one, which is because there's one more upgrade that I'm going to need. Because the damage is going to be a little irrelevant, and the aiming speed is, and crits as well. I mean, aiming speed is going to be okay, but really what we need is just more explosive range. I'm assuming that the 25% damage is pretty irrelevant because we're using those little scumbags anyway.
Caelandia's army only took the best, and the best of them trained on Trigger Hill. The Triggers believed they were nothing without their rifles.
And here we go into Trigger Hill with the army carbine, which is a pretty easy one.
Nothing beats the feel of shooting a Caelandian army carbine.
Which is a pretty easy one. You just gotta shoot all the targets, which isn't too bad. And you can actually hip fire those guys. Or not hip fire, but quick shot. Both of those 2 rounds, I don't know why it missed both times, but when I got first place, I hit every single shot. You're gonna get a few of those things on the left side that you had.
Sometimes you had to take care to steady your shot.
And then at these 2, you do have to time from distance.
The Triggers had clearance to modify their guns however they chose.
Some more guys on the right.
Some felt the course was too easy, so the triggers spiced things up a bit.
Of course, you can blank fire some of those guys up front. But then once you get to like these two, then you have to aim them in order to get the first place prize. Oh, three. Those three guys, my mistake. Three. Oh.
It takes time to be a fast shot. Go figure.
So you get something fancy for the gun, and then something coarse for the musket, which is interesting.
The kid ain't bad, but the triggers were better.
So there's the second thing. And
Kid blows through that course
like it was nothing. Yeah. For the trigger blitz. Notice there's a theme with some of these names.
Ever felt a Zolwood gourd? Like picking up broken glass barehanded. At Zolwood Grove, marshals learn to make every shot count.
Speaking of something coarse for the musket, hey, look where we're at now.
The trick was to pop all those nasty gourds with wasted ammo. Most marshals didn't get far on their first few tries.
Here we are. We were actually using the musket for the next.
Catch a bunch of those gourds in a single shot.
And it's not. This one's not hard at all.
Funny thing about muskets is they work best up close.
And there's a hint for you. Work best up close, which actually does really apply to some of the skills that you're gonna need for or gonna want for this one. It's not too hard. It's just sometimes the shots hit and sometimes they don't.
It took a keen eye, not an itchy trigger finger.
And Rux can go bite himself, because I still managed second place. And there's something foul for the bellows, because it's got a nice circle here or something. So here's the successful shot, because this one was just, it's amazing when you work with the right upgrades. And you do actually, when you are up close and you get them in a bunch like that, it works great. Because if you notice, like the bullets, it actually pushes them as the bullets exist. At full, like it'll push them at full speed as the bullet exists, and then when the bullet dies out, then they kind of slow down.
The best of the best cleared the course in just a few shots.
Which is nice. 2 more I would have missed, or 3 more. And here's a good point: doing some of these challenges at the training grounds actually is a good way to get some of your challenges done from the memorial, such as the dynasty that you do with the musket, which I think is shoot 10 guys off at once. I think is where it shows up. Triggers, busters, singers, city, conscious, sanctuary, faith, sinners, menders, service, country, gravers, marshals, mender. Come on, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? You can find it. You can find it. Was it? No, it's not the fire bellows one. I mean, I did do that one, but we can't find it. It's somewhere in there. Anyway, you definitely want the range, not the spread, because the spread's not going to push the things this far away, and when you end up having 2 or 3 of them that are scattered out, you definitely want them to be much closer to help push those gourds up from up close. So definitely go with the range. There's another knockback, I think this is the second one for the musket, that's really good. But that's it. And so, here you go. Here's just a little montage of all the stuff that I, did leveling up. And I will see you guys when we actually get back into doing a little bit more live commentary as we actually play through some actual levels. Ending up towards the end of this game, somewhere around there. Alright guys, take it easy.